It's a beautiful day in New York, but I feel like guilty for enjoying the beautiful weather when there's people in other areas who are completely devastated right now in their homes. Houston was like underwater, homes are all flooded, everything's destroyed. Hurricane Irma is coming in, which my family is like right in the path of where it's supposed to be going now, because originally it was to like Miami area, like the eastern part of Florida, and then it shifted and now it's western. So where my family is like smack in the middle of the path. Like I was awake last night, I literally like couldn't sleep last night because I'm just up looking at the predictions and like if it's shifted, like where it's supposed to go. And they're pretty much like right in the center of where the worst of it is supposed to be. So I've been like freaking out about it. It's really frustrating when something is happening to like your loved ones or to anyone and you can't do anything about it. Like you just have to sit here kind of helpless. And it's kind of a lesson to me in life that you can't control everything and whatever happens, happens. There's some islands who literally cannot evacuate because they have nowhere to go. They're on an island in the middle of like water all around. They can't just like get in a car and drive to the next state or like drive north. They're like stuck on the island. So in those cases you really can't do anything. And then in Florida it's hard too because all the roads are like gridlocked right now and there's people abandoning their boats on the highways and just leaving stuff. Gas is running out. So it's like either you stay home and you have this devastating hurricane, or you get stuck in your car in the highway. It's like a lose-lose situation. So it's just really sad and frustrating because what do you do? And like here I am enjoying my beautiful life in New York City. Not a care in the, well, like obviously cares in the world for other people, but not for myself. Can't do anything to help, and sometimes life just happens and you have to just go with it. And the freaking storms are gonna come, literally. What can you do? We wish that things could just go away, but things are gonna happen and it's out of our control, and we should just accept whatever happens, which is hard. It's like we want to just like control everything, we want everything to be okay, and we have to trust that whatever happens, like think of the bigger picture, not just like what we see now. So yeah, trying to find some like peace of mind right now, and it's really hard because I am super worried. And I just went to this women's group. I'm a part of this group in New York City, and we have like these once a month or a few times a month meetings. And this morning we were discussing exactly that, like about God and trust, and like sometimes things happen now, and like in 5 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, I can't believe, certain things. I think in my life, certain things I was worried about and it turned out fine, or certain times like maybe someone's life might have been in danger or threatened, or like potentially could lose a family member, could potentially like lose someone. And to be like super worried about that, and then try to find the peace of like, if you were to lose a family member, like no one lives forever. We hold on to everything so dearly and closely and want to control everything, but life is not up to us and we can't control, we just have to like take it day by day, which is why I'm always the person who people think is so depressing. It's like, we're all gonna die, but yeah, like we're all gonna die. So we have to just accept that and not live as if we're gonna last forever, or like live, it helps you appreciate people more. But it's also really worrisome when like something can happen and you can't do anything about it, even though you wish you could. It's like a lesson to just let go sometimes. So yeah, that's what I am struggling with mentally right now. Hurricane Irma on target for a direct hit on Tampa. Direct hit. Bringing threat of deadly storm surge. Shifts away from Miami, taking aim at Tampa. My family finally decided to evacuate, which is good because honestly I was like freaking out thinking about it and don't really know what's gonna happen to their house, honestly, but as long as they're okay. It's kind of a lesson to me because I'm the type of person who, I'm trying to like shift away from the mess. I am the type of person who I'm very like sentimental about things. I was recently talking to a friend about this because I'm such a hoarder and I realize it and I save everything, and I have all these objects that have like such sentimental value to me, and the thought of something happening to my apartment just devastates me, like me losing all my stuff. And then it makes me think, is life just about stuff, you know? Like, I know it's bad to be like attached to things, but the things that I'm attached to isn't like, oh, I'm attached to all these like designer stuff, like my objects, my material possessions. But mine are more like I'm attached to the sentimental, like the letters and the journals and pictures and like just certain things, like books I've had signed by authors and just all this stuff. And to think to myself, if I were to lose everything, like if there was randomly a fire, I'd be so devastated. And then I think of my family in their home. I'm like, me and my sister were telling them, like, take pictures, take home videos, take stuff, because we don't want to lose certain things. Like, take the stuff that you can't replace, and then everything else is like, you can replace it, so it's not like you're losing something you can't get back. And the thing is, like, you can't replace people, so obviously above everything else, people are the most important. Like, if you lose stuff, that's secondary, but like honestly, as long as my family's okay and they're safe and they're headed towards safety, which is good. Like, I'm honestly so relieved that they finally decided to go to, they're gonna stay with one of my dad's old army friends in Orlando, and also two of my uncles and my aunt evacuated to Orlando from Fort Pierce, Florida, which, because it was looking like really bad for the East Coast and now it's west, so now all the west people are getting direct hit. Like, I'm looking at the updates now. Irma is looking more and more Tampa bound. So yeah, Tampa's like getting the worst of it now. Because I used to be like, oh, they'll be fine, they're on the west, and then like the storm shifted. So when I first heard about the storm, I was like, this is crazy. It's like no matter where you are in Florida, because the storm was like the size of Florida, so pretty much wherever you are, you're gonna get hit. More than 6 million people told to flee. It's crazy.